Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today I am very excited because we are starting a brand new series. This is Interview with the Vampire, Season 1, Episode 1, of course. And so as you know on the channel, we watched the Tom Cruise version of this, but I'm just assuming this will be a similar story, just more details. So let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I have not seen this television show. Remember, I was the only one to have seen it before we watched it for the channel. Absolutely loved it. Cannot wait to dive into the show.
Version,
well,
right?
the Tom Cruise version.
Well,
Yeah, the Tom Cruise Brad Pitt. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I
I was the only one to see the last.
Yeah.
A little offended you left Brad Pitt on.
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm offended.
Christian Slater,
We all
a young Kirsten
believe
Dunst. So I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to jump into the series and see what this is all about.
I know absolutely nothing about this show other than it involves vampires, and one of the gentlemen on the posters has a jawline incredibly similar to Mr. Brad Pitt's. So, look, came highly recommended, and I'm excited for this one.
All right, without further ado, let's go! Uh-oh. Looks like my garage door opener just called it quits.
All right, this should be a quick and easy job. All we have to do is replace the motor. I'm thinking maybe an hour tops.
You want me using this ladder?
Hey, look, the other guys brought the fiberglass ones out to another job. This is all we had left at the shop. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Looks like Noah used this thing to build the ark.
Guy, it's gonna be just fine. It's a quick, easy job. We're not going up that high. Just don't worry about it. Look, I'm counting on you.
Counting on you. Counting on you. Counting on you. You know, he's always counting on me. Let's look at this thing. Oh no. Oh. Ah, my leg. My leg. Ah! Ah!
You're gonna need some help with that. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But this guy is worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But this guy doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. If you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can click the link in the description, www.forthepeople.com/medicine, to see if you have a case. This guy did. Now he's back in the game.
It's not a complicated
we know
job
him as an actor,
other than
so
how
it must
to mess
be.
with your life. News used to be a bunch of guys who look
Just
like
like
me.
Christian Slater, investigative reporter.
This little changed all of that. I'm a goddamn reservoir of do's and don'ts. Your sources are your Sherps.
And then
Your
Seagal
editor is
took
your
him out
priest.
under siege, too.
Honesty is not a tactic. You still want this job? It's your money.
Yeah.
Never had a mailbox like that.
You didn't live in the right apartments.
No.
Wait, did you ever live in any apartment? They're kind of all that way.
Not like that, though.
Yes, that's right. I have an appointment scheduled for later in the week, but the thing I'm trying to figure out is what's the deal with this subvariant business? I mean, is that more contagious?
What's the deal?
Uh-huh. I gotta call you back.
Oh.
This would be the tapes from the interview.
I just got to dig for a tape player. There it is.
Look at that.
Old jam box, 1973.
It's like Almost like the one Brock Lesnar had.
First question. You weren't always a vampire, were you?
Oh, here we go, getting right into it.
I was a 33-year-old man when I became a vampire. How did it come about? There's a simple answer to that.
Are you done?
Don't call it that.
I think I want to tell the real story.
Oh, he knows.
Dear Mr. Malloy, I hope this letter finds you safe and thriving, if such a thing were a possibility in this bleak hour. I've been following your career with some interest since our last meeting.
Oh, Dubai.
In a week's time, in a setting of my choosing, we revisit the project boyish youth prevented us from finishing. 49 years and thousands of miles removed from the room we shared in San Francisco, I offer, for your journalistic pleasures,
Look at his eyes.
all affinities, Louis de Pointe-du-Lac.
I told my editor I was meeting with the most dangerous man in the world.
Ken Shamrock?
You've grown old, Daniel.
Yeah, well, mortality beats a heavy drum.
I'm shaking.
Yeah.
Only my family and my doctor know I'm sick. I don't dig the one-way hack, yeah? And here's another question. That's the sun out there. Where's your coffin?
You're standing in it.
Oh, look at that.
I have to be very careful whom I let in.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, that's a cool effect, how they do that.
Yeah, well, things didn't end well the last time. So forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
I mean, you don't even understand the meaning of your own story. No. Hey, stop.
You were disrespectful.
Oh,
I was high.
You were not worthy of my story.
Maybe your story wasn't worth telling.
Oh, I don't know about that. He's got to finish his story.
You've got the
yeah.
tapes. Hire a transcriber. I don't do puff portraiture anymore. It's not an interview. It's a fever dream told to an idiot.
Yes.
Yes.
And one more thing. I do my best work one-on-one.
Would you see to Mr. Malloy's room? Have Chef prepare a meal for him. I think it best we start when our boys had a rest.
I'm not your boy. I'm an old man with all the triggers that come with it.
Like Quinn.
hey.
I'm in the penthouse apartment of the Al Sharaf Towers, across from Mr.
Louis de Pointe-du-Lac.
So,
I like the name.
Dulac, how long have you been dead?
How long indeed?
What business exactly, Mr. Dulac?
You could say I managed and operated a diversified portfolio of enterprises.
Well, as a
You were a
king.
pimp.
The product was desired. What they lacked in size and elegance, they more than made up for in efficiency and reputation.
That is a big boy.
Dulac. Finn, you got any bills in them fat rolls of yours?
I apologize. I was only trying to show you my love.
You.
Couldn't hit me.
Oh, I'm a cunt. Now, a minute ago, I was his love.
Yeah, a second ago.
Alderman Fenwick?
The alderman.
He stuck it in my shit box.
I'm gonna go fetch Doc Johnson. And you get some clean water in the towel.
Be a lot of editing in this one.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna make me regret my support. You repeat yourself, Mr. Fenwick. Louis de Pointe-du-Lac, sir.
Oh, Pondulac. Oh, forgive me. There's so much wine. Mine acting the maggot, driving away business.
Isn't that what I paid you for?
A citizen priest.
Mm.
Go on home. Tell Mama not to wait up.
There's blood on your shirt. What wickedness is it tonight?
You're not helping me here, Paul.
Oh, but I am. The Lord told me to come, Louis. In my head, like a family of birds, many voices, but also one voice.
I did it a second time.
Listen to me, please.
You having a fight, okay? Can't have it with your food.
Oh.
Whoa! Oh!
Get on home, else I'll bleed you like a cochon, bro.
Wow, you take out his own
Oh,
brother.
yeah, and his own brother.
But as I alluded to before,
He
you
has a
couldn't look weak
weak.
on liberty.
Oh, look at that guy.
Where's the wind?
I think we know who that is.
Hear that, mother? He made you a madam,
Oh, Paul.
profiting from the damnation of souls.
Let's not fuss on the particulars.
The particulars.
That he was here, we still be in sugarcane.
That it was a lie. You still be locked up in that hospital in Jackson.
Gary, let's not have that talk.
Oh,
He's gonna make your daughter jump a
I'm
broom.
sitting right here.
Plenty of brooms down the street at the Mayfair Sisters Home.
He's calling me a witch, Mama.
Baldy Ponderluck, you walk that back.
Bit of levity.
Good morning, Paul.
Good for you, maybe.
Morning, Louis.
Pew's got a good shine. It wasn't beneath you. I said shoes your way.
Nothing is beneath me, son.
I'm ready, Father.
He walks right in.
to it.
Haven't seen you in confession of late, Louis. You know you can always come here if you're in need, son.
Where I'm going, I just have to come back tomorrow.
My business and my race.
He would have a lot of
were at odds.
sins to confess.
That's some Antonio Banderas right there.
Oh, that's why I didn't know it.
Miss Carol, Miss Lily working tonight?
Miss Lily's on the terrace.
It was a palace of opulence and splendor.
That's right. That's Chute life.
I do fine, Miss Carol. And catered to an almost exclusively Caucasian clientele, which helped me separate the locals from those visiting from other southern states.
Oh.
Oh, that he'd know.
Private game on Friday if your date book is free, Louis.
Can do, Mr. Anderson, can do.
Look at that setup.
Wow. Jelly Roll Morton and
Miss Lily.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
ah,
You speak French?
We speak all sorts of tongues in New Orleans.
The hard table to get. How'd you manage?
How'd you manage to get yourself through the front door?
Excuse me?
I mean that as a compliment. A man of your race to have privileges here.
Louis has a small empire of his own down the street. It gets him privileges.
Something funny about that?
Je suis désolé. Je m'amuse trop en privé. I know who you are, sir. You're the man who made me buy a townhouse in the quarter. I owe you everything. Please join us.
Lestat.
Besides her accent.
Put that on my account, thank you. And 2 more for us. And another round for the musicians. Whatever they want. Ils sont toujours oubliés.
Yes, sir.
Where was I?
On a boat.
I disembarked for the music, but then there was food.
What's been your favorite?
The
dish? Is the
food.
main course?
She
Queen's-
put a pistol to my head. I've emptied a bank vault sampling, I must say, but it was not until a few nights later, quand je regarde un homme sortir un couteau de sa canne et presser la lame sur le stomach de son frère,
Oh, here we go.
that I said to myself, Lestat, unpack your trunks. You're home.
What did he say just now?
don't worry about it.
I had planned to make a new life for myself in Saint Louis. That was to be my destiny. And now I know I was right.
The real St. Louis.
The Orient Bloom is available for the next few hours, Miss Lily.
The gentleman is swapping on Louis sausage recipes, Miss Carol.
Oh, is this gonna become a bidding war?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Please get my friend here anything he wants. Wonderful to meet you. I do hope I run into you again, Louis.
Emasculation and admiration in equal measure. I wanted to murder the man.
Oh, look at his arm is still
And I
messed
wanted
up.
to be the man.
Well, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
You
I
gotta
had
beat.
come there for Lily,
Oh, he still got it.
but I left thinking of only him.
Oh, there's a meal right there.
It's still the middle of the night. Why would you turn those off? I suppose there was a time. Oh, shit.
Come now.
Oh, here we go.
Who the devil?
Oh, well, you mentioned the devil. I think something close. Oh!
Oh, that's
wow.
a splatter.
Still very peculiar, they say. Each one the same.
Small wounds to the body. Upon examination, entirely devoid of
He's
blood.
already in the poker or the card
Void
game.
of blood.
Louis, let me introduce you to Mr. Lestat de Leoncourt.
We met already, Mr. Anderson, sir.
In front of a florist, wasn't it? We both wanted the last bouquet of lilies.
Oh, what a line.
Well, I can only speak of my experience, which is, I'm sure, different in my country. For example, you fine gentlemen have heard of the success story that is a bon marché, shopping experience like no other. These men look down on you.
Oh.
Oh.
However, it was not the sacrifice of many. I had no partners in my barrier. 10%. 15%.
Oh.
Do you not know your value?
Got them all hypnotized.
Oh. He hit the
This is
Zach
such a
Morris
big
time out.
opportunity for some
Oh,
larger
look at that. He pulled a Zach Morris and stopped time.
I just said that.
That's exactly what he
I
said.
was focused in. I was locked in. I didn't catch it until I saw the chips.
I believe there is great opportunity in this city. But to seize it, I'll need protection from the wolves.
He giving him a check for a full house.
You can have my shitty 6.
I was just going to look at his cards and...
And that's all to say, and forgive me, Monsieur de Pontelac, for my bias, but where is the business if there is no capital? It does not exist. No?
All right, boy, show him. Full boat, Mr. Dulac. Got the feet, Tom.
He wouldn't tell me how he did it. His trick to make the world stop.
But he kept doing it.
So you played docent to the gentleman vampire. I'm assuming you only met at night.
It's New Orleans. Days are for sleeping off the previous evening's damage. Let the tale seduce you. Just as I was seduced.
Well, yeah, why would you want to go to St. Louis when you're in New Orleans where it's all night?
Yep.
I was being hunted, and I was completely unaware it was happening.
Was it going to be him just searching, looking at his neck?
I'm switching rooms. I don't need to hear you and your good man making noise.
You had to be home to hear that.
Come home now.
You come home some nights out catting with some white man out here.
He ain't white, he Fred.
Wept for good near now. Ain't taking you get married.
Well, we'll see.
Worse.
Worry about your own life. Worry about being a bride. Worry about what you're gonna wear in London, in Paris, Florence.
Ooh, somebody's taking a trip.
Now y'all gonna be in steerage out of New York. Once you get to Europe, it's first class on boats, trains, and hotel rooms.
What did you go and do?
Just put the band by the deck and the food by the fountain.
Oh, what a wedding gift.
Wonder how much that was back then.
That's steerage from, New York to Europe, though. Then it's first class.
It was Louis that purchased your holiday levy. It's Louis who controls the money.
Don't mind Levy.
And I don't know who gave you the right to call our mother your mother. She's not your mother yet and will never be your scientific mother.
Whoa.
Wow, Paul.
I do love this bouillabaisse.
What? Down here we call it gumbo.
We had a gumbo the other night, didn't we, Louis? Right after the opera.
Oh, you got Louis to an opera.
You don't talk.
About some blind princess, didn't know she was a princess. Stomach grumbling left halfway through.
Grumbling.
And under the guidance and discipline of the monks who lived there, I came to memorize both the testaments, the writings of Assisi, Aquinas, Erasmus, all the saints and scholars.
Is he going to hypnotize him, too?
I wonder if it's going to not work on him.
Slowly forgot all about the testaments, Assisi, Aquinas, Erasmus, all of it. And so, to answer your boring question, there is an ocean qui se verra, d'oiseaux perchés dans la gorge de votre esprit.
Don't do that shit here.
Oh.
Not with my family. You understand?
Oof, like a tense. Intense.
Oh, both.
I am cursed with my father's temper at times. And the rudeness is all mine.
The rudeness, though.
Boy thinks God speaks to him through birds in his head. How you figure envy?
The liberty he has with his thoughts, however misshapen they may be, your brother has no shame in sharing them.
You saying I got shame?
The lie you told about leaving the opera house early. You were near weeping when the curtain fell.
Don't everybody need to know what I do?
Not their business.
Know what you go through to keep your family ignorant in their comfort.
It ain't easy the work I do. Nothing but broken souls around me, and the ones that ain't broke, greedy, bone tired.
Drink up, my good man.
Look,
You're at the Savage Garden.
like the band, Savage Garden.
You did good getting off that boat when you did. St. Louis is dull as dishwater.
Dullest dishwater.
So we have a nightcap.
Well, I don't see why not.
I don't drink coffee. It keeps me up late.
Keeps me up.
I bought you a gift.
A gift?
A flower.
A lily?
Oh, is it? Sure enough. A little spin around he did.
Oh, the smile on his face. Then,
That's a nice music box you got there.
It's one of the few things I brought with me from the continent.
She's been undressing for an hour.
I composed it for a young violinist I once knew, a boy of infinite beauty and sensitivity.
Miss Carol know you here, Lily?
I can assure you the fair play has been handsomely compensated for the evening.
Sent a 2-horse carriage to pick me up. Felt like the queen of the quarter. I told Mr. Lee, Uncle, you and me usually just talk.
What kind of a man wastes his waste with words?
has she already been turned?
Oh.
There's nothing to be nervous about. Even the planets and stars are blindfolded.
That's your thing then? You like to watch?
I've been watching you for some time now, Louis. From river to lake.
Apparently it's going to be party time.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wow. That's the phrase we use here at Bad Medicine.
Feverish jumping.
It's like WrestleMania with Hogan and
Jesus Christ, guy. Really?
Wow.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's going to do... Oh, there it goes.
Oh, see, I told you it was coming.
I didn't think it'd be this early in episode 1. Oh, floating.
Everybody floats down here. Well, this is a first for Bad Medicine.
Yep.
Floating asses.
Floating asses. All right.
It's like Van Damme meets like Peter Pan, you know, floating with the butt hanging out.
It bears repeating. I did not consider myself a homosexual man at the time, floating on a sea of vodka type encounters. Obviously, I've come to embrace my sexuality. Of course, you know that. We met at a gay bar, didn't we, Daniel?
It was a good place to score. I did what I had to.
When you were using drugs, Mr. Malloy, do you remember the best you ever had?
Berkeley, 1978. Some Mexican black tar that Carly and Pedro were slinging.
It takes an enormous amount of restraint for us, the little drink, for a human experiencing it for the first time.
Oh, that's awesome. It fixed it.
And not for the physical toll on my body, which was significant, but for the feelings of intimacy it awoke within me.
They sure are selling you on being a vampire.
Yeah, no kidding.
Putting it over.
I vowed never to return again. I shut that night out of my mind.
Oh, look at that robe.
Look at the robe.
1, 2, 3, jump!
Wedding day.
Oh, look at those. Look at the gloves he's got on. Like old school Undertaker gloves. The great ones.
Then they'll...
Oh, come on. Why even show up, guy?
Why being such a stick on the mud?
Half of y'all don't know this, but these no good boys used to shuffle for pennies on Sunday. Call themselves the ABCDEFG.
Oh, yeah. ABCD. Altar boys come dancing every forgot.
I remember their collection hat didn't always make it to the collection plate.
Oh.
It's for me.
It's her wedding day. Paul looks thrilled.
Ooh, the tight.
Oh, the shoes is fine. It's the feet that's fat.
Oh, I almost cracked a smile there.
Still got it. No, we don't see it enough, but I think tap dancing is actually really cool, you know, because it's just way that they can do that with their feet.
Well, these guys have been out of practice for a bit and still pulling it off.
It's like riding a bike.
Two brothers actually having a good time with each other.
Well, no, remember, Louis likes having his morning strolls with him. It's just Paul doesn't.
Yeah.
Paul just, but yeah, it was nice to actually see Paul smile and have a good time for once.
Yeah, having a good time with his brother. Like the old days.
Go busy. Oh, I have to concentrate. It's them 3 pieces of checker cake holding you back.
Oh.
5 pieces of checker cake.
It's going to happen when the sun comes up.
3 boudin.
We got a little taste, remember?
Oh, just a little taste, yeah.
5, 6 ones.
5, 6
off
ones.
the buttons on your vest will pop off like cannonballs.
Oh.
Get down the neighborhood.
Remember doing that as a kid, climbing on the roof of your house, thinking it was the coolest thing ever?
It was.
9,570.
No. What?
Remember the day I got taller than you?
Always bringing that up.
Shot up like a nut all over.
Half bitch.
That was a good month that month.
A good month.
And you should marry Hazel.
Hazel? Who that?
The one you were dancing too close with. You dance that close, you ought to be married.
I did catch your name.
Well, it's Hazel.
It's going to feel just a little uneasy.
Mother made a good party for Grace.
Yeah. They're gonna talk about this one for years.
I love you, Louis.
And I love you too, baby brother.
I ate too much checker cake.
That will happen.
Paul.
Paul!
Oh! Whoa!
What?
Oh!
Oh, what
the hell? Fuck.
That was the last sunrise I ever saw. Perhaps the kindest thing the dark gift has given. I don't miss the sun.
Was Lestat behind that, or did Paul just do it?
Everything is going as it should. Good men there. Promised me that.
You must have said something to him, Louis. You must have said something to him to make him do that to
Oh,
himself.
wow.
Wow.
Oh, trying to guilt him.
You don't get past the gates if and you kill yourself. Don't you know that? Paul gone down the other way. Paul's in hell because of you.
Whoa.
Easy prey for the discerning predator.
Condoléances.
Oh, look who it is.
Believe me when I tell you, your brother longed for that flagstone.
What'd you say to me?
Oh. Oh.
This is aggressive.
Walk you home, Mama?
No, thank you. Love you. Do you mind?
Oh, she doesn't want anything
Wow.
to do with Louis.
Didn't mean nothing by it.
What she did?
She just needs to put it somewhere. Don't let it inside.
Now, that's good advice.
I wanted to grieve alone, but he would not allow it.
There he is in that beautiful robe again.
Miss Lily died.
Oh.
2 weeks ago.
What?
Said she contracted the fevers that's been going around.
Oh.
Blood went and dried up inside her.
Oh. Yep.
I lay down with the devil, and he has roots in me. All his spindly roots in me. And I can't think nothing anymore but his voice and his words. Please help me! I'm weak!
Oh, what a performance.
Holy shit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Do you not see how unworthy he is? How can you humiliate yourself like this?
Whoa.
Holy shit.
I'm not the devil. You were wrong about that. I can't give you death.
No, he's just gonna bail.
Oh.
Or not.
Slip and fall.
Look at he's in slow motion.
Yeah.
He's just.
Let's remember how fast we saw Louis move.
Oh, look at his eyes. Oh!
What? Holy cow.
Oh, shit.
The first time I laid eyes on you, I saw that sorrow. I did not know how it got there or why. It was so voluminous.
Voluminous.
I love you, Louis. You are loved. I send my love to you.
Boy, got him at his lowest time.
Oh, yeah,
too.
his weakest.
Yep.
Be all the beautiful things you are, and be them without apology for all eternity.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, but is he going to be just like how...
Drain me
Yeah, well, we'll see.
to the very threshold
Doing the
of death.
I have a hard time with the neck biting scenes.
Oh, look at a color running from his face.
Oh, nice. All right. Now you have to put your money in wise investments moving forward.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, just like...
In my veins, draw, and then the other draw.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough for you.
I saw him sitting a length away from me, radiant, and we sat there for some time, in throes of increasing wonder at the beginning.
Oh, that was a nice touch.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well,
Wow.
there was the first episode
Yeah.
of Interview with the Vampire.
What a surprise this was. I know so many of you have been recommending this for a while. And, you know, like I said, we've seen the Tom Cruise Brad Pitt version. And I just assumed it would be the similar story because of Anne Rice. We would just get more of it because obviously it's a series. And wow, I mean, they absolutely crushed this. Just let me give a shout out. Of course, I love great set designs, and I love set designs that bring me into the era of where they are, and they absolutely did an amazing job with that. The acting was just incredible, just top notch. Everybody crushed it. We had Sam Reed as Lestat, and then and Jacob Anderson as Louis.
I was like trying to picture Jacob Anderson. I'm like, God, where do I know him from? And I just couldn't put it together. But yes, he was Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes. I don't remember Game of
Great.
Thrones. I only saw it the one time through. But everybody just did an amazing job. That monologue that Louis had in the church there, where he's just letting everything out, that was awesome.
He's the leader of the Unsullied, but he has his head shaved. He looks totally different.
I don't even remember Young Sully. I don't even remember what that is.
Unsullied.
Or the Unsullied.
Anyhow.
I don't even remember what that is. I said I watched Game of Thrones one time through years ago.
Anyhow.
Nonetheless, though, this show, what a pleasant surprise. This is going to be a wild ride. I can't wait to see all the twists and turns. And assuming it follows the movie, I kind of have a rough idea of how things are going to go. But I think given how they're just putting a little bit of a twist on it, and like I said, giving us more of, what was probably in the books, this is going to be just an awesome ride. Louis' journey here that he's going through, I love how they took this first episode to kind of set everything up, where he started, where he came from, and they gave us the full story in the first episode. He kind of explained everything with his life, and I thought that was great about how he had to kind of shoulder the burden of the whole family. They're 4 months away from being bankrupt, and he had to do everything he had to do, including some things he's not proud of, to save the family, bring them to wealth and power, and to even have a place at the table in New Orleans, where in that time that wouldn't exactly work for him, being a black man. So just an amazing first episode. So many things I didn't expect. I didn't know that it was going to, we were going to have, because, it was on AMC, or that's, where it came from, but I didn't know we were going to have swearing, nudity, violence. I didn't know all that was going to be in this to the level that it was. Because, like I said, with a TV show, you never know just how far it's going to go. Obviously, on services like HBO Max or Stars or whatever, they can really let it rip. But AMC's normally been kind of reserved a little bit more there. So I thought this was great. The whole twist of Lestat able to get inside his head, the way he stopped time, I thought that was awesome. Really kind of tapping into Louis's desires, and he knew what Louis was after and what he wanted. And, really kind of, I think in the end, it's funny because they were, before we got to the end, rather, in the church when Louis was confessing everything, the things that he was confessing, I could see Lestat doing either as a vampire or in his previous life. So I liked how they had kind of a similarity there between them, or at least that's how I took it, that they were similar characters. Louis just didn't really know it yet, maybe. So I thought that was really cool. And this is going to be a wild ride. Man, you folks weren't wrong on this one. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the differences between, the movie and this, especially Malloy is, he's older, he's got Parkinson's, and he decided to still come to Dubai where this is taking place this time, where they're doing the interview. So that was a great change of pace versus what we had seen in the movie. But yeah, other than that, this show has been amazing. Seeing the dirty nitty gritty of New Orleans, which I thought was perfect. And like you said, yeah, the set design, all the wardrobes and everything they're wearing, I thought was amazing to look at. It was very pleasing on the eyes to see that sort of set design and how they've made it. Basically, they made the 1910 New Orleans come to life, and even down to the funeral, which I believe they used to do back in during that time. They even showed that, which I thought was really cool, and just the back and forth between Louis and his brother Paul, where Paul seemed like he might have been out of his mind because he listened to the birds and all this other stuff, but he was right all along.
Yep.
And he was even saying he was in my head. The devil is in my head. Meanwhile, when he's been in Louis's head the whole time, he's just thinking, how does he do that? And that's it. He's not thinking anything wrong of it. He would still come to him. He would still go to his house. He went with him up to his penthouse with him and Miss Louis, with Lily, and then the lovely robe he had at the end there.
Wow,
where he seduced him and also Lily, and it turns out that he did just the taste on Louis, but then totally took out Lily. That it was it dried her up. So I love how they're also saying, it's the plague, it's the fever going around right now.
Yeah.
It just dries up all your blood on the inside. It's not what that is. What I thought was interesting though too was at the end that they were in the church, because I don't know vampire lore too much, but I always thought that they maybe couldn't go into a church or a place of worship of God. I wasn't sure. I could not remember it unless it's depending on who's telling the story, I guess. So kudos to them, using that hey, there's no place to hide, when you want to try and get away from him, because he just came into the place of worship and took out Father Matthias, which I thought he was going to have a more prominent role too, because he seemed like he was the voice of reason, and he was always the one that was going to help out everyone in the Dulac family. Whether it's Mama, where she really thought that it was Louis that took out Paul when she's like, "What's the last thing you said to him?" And I was waiting for him.
Something.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say, "Yeah, the last thing I said to is, and I love you too, brother." Yeah. After he told me he loved me. And he said he had too much checker cake, and then did what he did. And I don't know if the birds told him that, or if it was because he knew that Lestat being the devil was going to really bring harm to him and to his family.
Yeah,
I figured
it was Lestat inside his head that made him do it. Yeah, because once
I could see that as well.
Because once the brother's gone, then Louis has nothing else.
Yeah,
he was
say
able
that
to,
pretty
to
much,
separate him from his family, from his brother, from everybody else.
He was able to at least talk to his brother, like he said, except for where he gets looked down upon or talked about in secret from Grace and from Mama. So. Yeah, a really good start to the series. I cannot wait for more. It was a great start. And you were wondering, are they going to give us him being the... Well, of course they're going to give us him being the vampire in the first episode.
Well, I didn't know if they would turn him right
because now it's all because now every episode is about building upon that.
Yep.
I mean, come on. Come on,
I
man.
thought Lestat might take his time and weave his
well,
web.
yeah, you know, it's
he weaved it.
interesting knowing that it's a series that has how many parts here? It looks like.
Well, there's 7 episodes in part 1 and 8 episodes in part 2, and they believe they're going to start season 3 soon.
Okay, so we've got 15 episodes to go through. This one was over an hour long, so I wasn't sure if we were going to get, like some cliffhanger, like at the end, like where it's just before. This was incredible. And I love Tom Cruise. I love Brad Pitt. But for me, this is levels above the movie. I mean, levels above. The acting, the drama, the delivery, the writing, everything is so much more like it just grabs your attention and gets you so invested in the story like that. And that's in 1 hour.
Yeah, the camera shots were great.
So for me, the camera work, the characters, I feel like terrible. I'm like, and I want to be like on camera. Oh, where do I know him from? We do that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they kick the story off in high gear. So I'm like, I don't want to spend too much time being like, whoa, it bothered me. But yeah, from Game of Thrones, he had a pretty major character in Game of Thrones and delivered an incredible performance in Game of Thrones. So the gentleman playing Lestat, I've never even heard of him before, but his delivery was incredible as well. I mean, what else has he been in?
Oh, we'll look at it.
Because I mean, he just crushed it. I liked the New Orleans. It's an interesting kind of time and place.
The city just feels so alive.
Yeah, and it feels like, it's just everything there is sketchy. Whatever pleasures, whatever vices you have, it's all there. And it's interesting. Like we think about old times. There's a lot of older people now. Like, the morality of kids and people these days, this isn't how it was back in my day. It's like, are you sure about that? Like, are we really sure? Because it sounds like there was some sketchy stuff going on in Orleans for a long, long time. That's not just New Orleans. The Wild West had their sporting houses and their drinking establishments and all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, in any regard, I mean, as far as hooking people with a first episode, I challenge you to do better than this, because this is just like you're in. And, we've watched some shows where it's like slow burn, right?
We've watched some shows where it's like, if not for the channel, I'm not watching this, because the first handful of episodes, simply for my taste, and I don't know about any of you, if you've had that with some shows, they just weren't good enough. And you always hear from people, no, you just got to get through. You just have to get through. And that always kind of bugged me with some shows where people are like, well, once you get through the first season, then it gets really good. Or once you get
you don't even have to get through the first. You don't even
this one just delivers.
You don't even
right
have to
off
get
the
through the
rip.
first episode. It's like, holy shit, they suck you in. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, and again, I'm kind of wondering, now just because we've seen the movie, is Lestat going to come bursting in the hotel in Dubai in the final? Well, I guess they're making
who knows
a third
about
season.
part 1 or part 2? Yeah, we'll double check that to make
Is
sure.
it going to
But
have
I thought
some car chase scene through Dubai, like when Christian Slater was in the convertible?
That's scheduled to premiere in 2026.
So we'll have a wait here on our hands. But yeah,
season 3 is an adaptation of Anne Rice's The Vampire Lestat.
We don't wait for shows on this channel.
We
certainly do. We absolutely do.
Yeah, and again, I give massive credit to everybody involved here, because Anne Rice's stuff, Bram Stoker's stuff with vampires, it's been done a lot, and there's been a lot of movies and TV shows with vampires. And again, to be able to do something new and for something to feel new and to feel different and put maybe a little bit different twist on things, huge shout out to all the folks involved, because that's not easy when, vampires, werewolves, Frankenstein, mummies, those are the classic monsters that have been around for generations. And I'm excited to be able to jump into one here that's a little bit new and different, and who knows what kind of twist we're going to take, especially with acting and set design and music and effects being as good as it is, this is going to be a great ride. And yeah, I think it already blows away the movie. Again, no offense to Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, but Tom had some moments in there where I don't think you could put his portrayal of the character up against what we've seen in here. It seems to be a little bit better in this one.
We'll see.
But
we'll see. No, like I said, this, and you put it perfectly. It was a great way to get you sucked into a series, especially if you like the movie. This like really pounds at home how good this show will be, because it's gonna get good.
Yeah, well, and something to surprise you, right? They kind of did a little bit of the Game of Thrones thing, from what I do remember of Game of Thrones, with Jaime Lannister doing the out the window. No spoiler for Answer, he won't get to remember the reference, but and then in here with the brother doing with Paul doing what he did, and then when he punched right through the guy's head in the church, I was not ready.
Yeah, we were not expecting
Nobody was
that.
ready for
I
that.
thought he was just gonna bite him or feast on him again.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna punch.
I did not expect that. So, I mean, who knows? Because clearly the gloves are off on this series. They are going to let it rip. And
Way
we've seen that
off,
in the
yeah.
first episode, whether it's, the classic violence, nudity, language, whatever. They're going to let it rip on here. So that gives you a lot of creative freedom. So, yeah, we'll see where this thing ends up.
What's that on your neck?
Don't worry about that.
No, don't worry about that. Look,
Like
we're having
New
real
Orleans.
fun with this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as we are getting sucked into it. So no pun intended. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.